Hey guys, it's Janice. Welcome back to my channel. So it is almost midnight here, and that means BookNerdathon is about to start. So I will be starting by reading The Whale Stow Letters by JJJJanis. This is the book picked at random, and I'm really excited. I used random.org to select it, and then I purchased it for myself, and then a friend, I had a Secret Santa, and she also purchased it for me, which is crazy. I had a giant wish list, and it's just insane that she would pick this because it was like smack dab in the middle of the wish list on my Amazon wish list, so it's very strange that it was ordered, but I have two copies. Carl, my boyfriend's like, oh, his and hers copies, because if you've watched my other videos, you know that House of Leaves is like our book. I mentioned it in one other video, and but I think maybe one day, depending on the viewer count that I get, I may include it in a giveaway. House of Leaves is one of my favorite books, so you know, maybe I'll get a copy of House of Leaves and I can throw in the other copy of this. So that's kind of it. I'm about to start reading this, and I'll be doing some updates throughout, and then when I'm done, I'll have a wrap-up video with everything that I've read. So here we go. Good morning. So I slept a little late today because I stayed up finishing The Whale Stow Letters last night by JJJJanis. This took me a little bit longer to finish than I was anticipating because you have to like translate certain sentences, and there is a whole letter from the mother that you have to decrypt. Each word is, you have to take like the first letter from each word to find out what the actual letter says, and so that took a little while. I could have Googled it, I'm sure, because I did see when I was searching for translations online that people, you know, had translations linked specifically to this book. So I probably could have looked for that specific letter online, but I kind of wanted to do it myself. It actually wasn't that hard. For certain parts, I could just see what the sentence was going to be without having to like write it all down. But there were times when I had to write it down and see what was going on. This is a really beautiful book. There are certain sentences, like, he's such a poet, and I'm not like a poetry person. Really beautiful. I love House of Leaves. It's one of my very favorite books, but that book is definitely up there as well. It was so beautiful. I'm definitely going to be rereading it. So I'm about to start Persepolis. This is going to be my graphic novel, and my book made into a movie. So I'm about to start this right now. I'm going to read a little bit of it, but then I have to go to the grocery store, and I will check in later. Just finished Persepolis, The Story of a Childhood. Just the first one. I don't have the complete series. I mean the complete, you know, set. But I really liked it. It was really heartbreaking and beautiful. I really enjoyed it. I am upset that I don't have, you know, the next one to move on to after this, because I would probably like forego everything I have on my TBR to finish it. But I really enjoyed it. A friend of mine on Facebook today posted this panel right here where she is being separated from her parents, so she can go to Vienna, and a friend of mine on Facebook posted it on her walls and was like, on her Facebook wall, and was like, it's crazy when a comic book like so perfectly wraps up your vacation feelings. Like, she just came back from vacation in Australia, and she's comparing like the feelings she feels about her vacation ending to how Marjane Satrapi feels about leaving her parents. So I was kind of bugged by that, clearly. But anyway, so I am about to start The Knife of Never Letting Go. Actually, I just read the first page. This is a big ass book, so I don't know if I'm going to finish that. But I'm also about to start listening to The Prisoner of Azkaban and doing some coloring. That's probably actually what I'm going to do right now. Color and listen to some audiobooks, and then alternate between The Knife of Never Letting Go and The Prisoner of Azkaban. So that is my plan for right now, and I'll check in again later. Bye. Good morning. It's like 9:20 something here. I am drinking my morning coffee before work. I go in at 10. So last night I did some coloring, and I read a very little bit of Knife of Never Letting Go. I obviously couldn't read this while I colored. That would have been difficult. It's not pulling me in at all. but I'm gonna keep trying. I understand, from what I can tell in this first like chapter, I guess they live in a less educated part of wherever they're from, but it really irritates me that some words are spelled phonetically, because even if the person who is speaking thought they were spelled phonetically, like, why would the author write them that way? And I guess because you're supposed to know that the people in the world can read everybody's thoughts, which I do know, but it's still just like, I just think it's really weird because I don't know, do they read in like, do they think in like pictures of sentences, or can you hear their thoughts? Like, it's just pretty weird. And I wish I could find one of the words that had irritated me, because it was like, some of them seem to be written phonetically to sound different than the way they're actually pronounced, but another word was just written phonetically out, and that kind of like irritated me, because you're writing to your readers, not to your characters. So I don't know, that's just me. And I'm about 4 chapters into The Prisoner of Azkaban, so that's where I'm at right now. Talk to you later. Good morning. So last night I didn't film an update because I wasn't really feeling well, and I got to bed pretty early. Running a little late today. I'm still not feeling well, but I have to work, so that is what I'm going to be doing soon. I am a little over 10 chapters into The Knife of Never Letting Go, and also 10 chapters into The Prisoner of Azkaban. I will be alternating between those books throughout my shift today, and that is that, and I'll talk to you later. So it is about 9:30 in the morning on Thursday the 10th. We're nearing the end of the BookNerdathon, and I think I've done pretty good so far. I mean, I finished 2 books, and I'm almost done with a 3rd. But anyway, so I'm, according to Goodreads, 43% of the way done with The Knife of Never Letting Go. It has finally like grabbed my interest, and I'm really enjoying it. So I really want to know what happens next. So I'm reading it pretty well. But I'm only 3 chapters from the end of The Prisoner of Azkaban, so I am going to finish that today. And at night, I'm reading The Incredible Adventures of Cinnamon Girl, because it's an ebook, so I can read that in bed after the lights go out. So that's the only thing that's really preventing me from completing this thing. But once I finish The Prisoner of Azkaban, I plan to give all my attention to this, and then start The Lost Hero. But I think I'm gonna get that in audiobook form instead of reading. Sorry, my cat is in my bed. Sorry. I'm gonna get it in audiobook instead of reading the actual book, or maybe alternate between them depending on what situation I'm in, because I'm really enjoying listening to audiobooks. This is the 2nd week I've been doing it, and I love it. I'm really loving it while I color, because I'm like able to just kind of like relax and read, but do other things as well, except for it hurts my thumb. Reading hurts my thumb. Coloring has hurt my thumb a lot. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so it's 9:30 on Friday morning, the last day of the BookNerdathon. Last night I finished The Prisoner of Azkaban, or yesterday, midday, I finished The Prisoner of Azkaban, and then last night I finished The Knife of Never Letting Go. So I've pretty much completed all the major reading I had planned on doing. I do want to start reading The Lost Hero, or rereading The Lost Hero. I also think I'm going to try to get through Odyssey, or ODY-C, the comic book, the first trade, and so I obviously don't think I'm going to get through The Lost Hero in a day, but who knows? I mean, it was like, I checked it, the audiobook, to see, and it was a 16-hour audiobook, so there's no way I'd be able to listen to that. And I doubt that I can read really very much faster than that. So we'll see. I will do a last check-in tonight, and then a little wrap-up of everything. So see you then. Okay, so it is about it's around 10:30. on the 11th, 10:30 p.m. on Friday the 11th. So it's about an hour and a half away from the end of the BookNerdathon in my time zone. So I'm done. I'm not gonna, be up very much longer. I'm about to head to bed, but I just wanted to do a quick wrap up of everything that I read. So The first thing I completed for the Book Nerdathon was The Whale Still Letters by Mark Z. Danielewski. I loved this. I give it a 5 stars, and this was my random book. So that was number 8, random book. Then I read Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, and this was a graphic novel and a book made into a movie. So I also gave this a 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I liked the art. I really enjoyed the story. I can't wait to read Persepolis too. The next thing that I finished, or that I started, it wasn't the next thing I finished, but The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This is the first book in a series. It contains new technology, and it is a sci-fi book. So that is what I read. I gave this book a 4 stars. I really liked it. Like, the 3rd chapter really pulled me in. I really enjoyed the story. The ending I didn't love. In fact, the ending I really hated, but I understand the need for it to carry the story on to subsequent books. So I am really excited. Not really excited. I am looking forward to eventually reading The Ask and the Answer. I think I should probably give myself a little bit of time though, because I was pretty bummed by this book. So I liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time. And then I read The Prisoner of Azkaban by I always do that. It's not by Harry Potter, by J.K. Rowling. And so The Prisoner of Azkaban, this was a middle grade book, and it's set in a school. And what's the other one? Oh, and was made into a movie. So those are the physical books that I read. I actually read Harry Potter in audiobook, but I have the physical book, so I held it up. And then I just finished Odyssey, or ODY-C, by Matt Fraction, and this is a graphic novel retelling of the Odyssey, and I was having a really hard time getting into this when I started it earlier in the day, but I think it was because I was at work and I just wasn't really able to give myself the full attention, give this book full attention that it required. So I just read it after dinner tonight, and I really enjoyed it. I even appreciated the art a lot more. It's kind of messy, and I think a lot of my confusion with it was the colors change a lot throughout the book. So like the same character in different panels will be in, she's in different colors. So I was like, is that the same person? And I wasn't getting that at first, but it was the same person, and it was really good. It's a gender swapped telling of the Odyssey. So like Prometheus is Promethean, and I'm trying to think of other, it's not gender swapped. I mean, everybody's a woman, so all the people are women. So the female characters are females, and Zeus is a female, but they're like men, women, like they call them like a husband, wife, or something like that. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm interested in, I think it's going to continue. It says volume 1, which leads me to believe there's going to be a volume 2. I'll have to look into that more. I gave it a 4 stars. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I mean, it's just, there's a lot going on. And then that's pretty much it. I had hoped on reading Lost Hero, but I never got around to it, and I'm not really feeling that bad about it. I do want to reread it because I want to read the rest of those books. So I want to reread The Lost Hero, so I'm more familiar with what's going on again. And then I also ended up reading, just now before filming this video, The New World, I think is what it's called, by Patrick Ness, which is just like a free ebook short story of Viola's leading up to crashing on New World in the Chaos Walking series. So it's a little prequel story to Chaos Walking, and that doesn't really fit in anywhere in here. But so the only thing I didn't get was a book featuring a video game, but I just read Ready Player One, and I just read the game, and so I mean I could have read Armada, but it's pretty long, and I don't have it, so couldn't read it, but I could have gotten it. But I'm happy with what I read this week for this readathon. It was my very first, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. So let me know if you participated in this readathon, if you read any of the books I did, what you read, how much you got done, or whatever. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. Follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.